Hello, and welcome. By the title of the video, you're probably asking yourself a question. Who am I and why am I proclaiming to be a professional racer in Forza? It's pretty simple. I have been playing this game for a long time. I started my career out in Forza Motorsport 2, where, to say the least, I was trash at the game. So much so that people started laughing at me on Nürburgring. There used to be a game that they did on rookies. A couple of Forza veterans would go back on Nürburgring, drive back 5 minutes on the track, and go back, do 180, fly past you by the end of the lap to beat you. It was humiliating. It was horrific, to say the least. And after that, I started getting good at the game. I started really bunkering down, really focusing on lap position, lap times, just all the things you should be doing in this game. So from Forza 2, I went to Forza 4, and everything just clicked. Forza 4, I was setting #1 times, I was being undefeated, so much so, I was inside the top 10 on the leaderboard, overall leaderboard. And that was a huge achievement for me. I have kept that up ever since, and I want to help everybody else out with that. This car right here, the KTM Expo GT4 car, is going to be the car we're going to use. This car is going to be the car we take on every track. This is going to be the car that we learn every track on. It is a decent car. It is not a overly impressive car. It is just simple and easy to drive. This car we are going to tackle where you should be on position on the track, when you should attack someone, when you should defend, and just go through race line, leaderboard line, and alternative lines. That is what we are going to tackle. Tuning, I'm not the best at. I can get a car maybe 90% of the way there, but that's 90% of the way that you all can learn and tackle from there. We are going to go into the settings. Pretty much, the settings here, you can just copy and look at it. It does not matter what suggested line you're on. You can turn it on, you can put it on full, I don't recommend. But I do braking only. Braking only is just a guideline to say. It allows you to know when someone's going to brake, pretty much because if they're bad at the game, they're going to just see red lines and just brake as hard as they can. You don't have to have it on. I just always have it on just for reference. It is good to know when someone is going to brake in front of you. But if you don't want it on, take it off. There's plenty of good drivers that have it off and just can predict when someone is going to brake in front. You have guide markers on the side of the road. Use it. Braking, ABS on or ABS off, it really doesn't matter in this game. Forza 7, it was mandatory to have it off because, well, it decreased your brake distance by like almost half if you knew how to do it. ABS on in this game and off, it doesn't really matter. If you have it off, you're probably going to lock your brakes if you go past 50% or really just slam down on them. But also with ABS on, you can still lock your brakes sometimes. So it really doesn't matter. Do what you want to, fill it out. Throttle, go with unassisted, okay? If you have it on assisted, same with steering, to like assist you, the only reason you would want that is to do the idle trick in career mode. That's all you want to do in that, essentially. Steering, normal or simulation, I bounce back and forth, quite honestly. simulation if I need a car just to like be more responsive and turn in more. But other than that, it really doesn't matter. Traction off, stability off, always. Doesn't matter what car it is, just keep them off. And here's the big one, shifting. You want to have shift to manual clutch. Now, not necessarily you don't have to use your clutch, but it's better to have it on manual clutch. For example, the GT series cars, the Mazdas, and the touring cars. You can have it and just press the gear up and gear down button. You don't ever have to touch the clutch because you don't need to in those cars. And lower class cars, yeah, you need to. Absolutely. If not, you're losing time. Now, going through here, there's not much that we need besides which style do you want. On your track limits, do you want ribbons? Which ribbons is exactly what it sounds like. It is a ribbon all around the boundary. Or you can have the other one, which is just like little traffic cones. It doesn't matter. Accessibility, really nothing in here that you need to play around by yourself, see exactly what you want. I have these turned off. A lot of these are annoying to say the least when they pop up on your screen. And they constantly pop up on my screen and erase. So I've just turned them off. They are just clutter that you don't need on your screen. If you're trying to pay attention to a lot of things going on, you don't need the extra clutter. Keep your race penalties, keep that. And also turning this off will allow the cars to be ghosted in the career mode, so you can just drive through them. That's how you do the idle trick. Let's see. Yeah. Essentially turn that all the way to assisted, and take shifting to automatic. That will essentially let your car idle through, and you will just be able to win the races automatically. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else. No, not really. You can mess with this stuff. I have not, to be quite honest with you. If you're not good at shifting and hearing your shift cues, you can turn this on and it will have you shift or tell you when to shift. But I don't recommend it. Just listen to your engine. You'll hone in on it almost instantly, and you'll be able to go through it perfectly. Quick chat, don't need. So as well as this menu, you can adjust this to any way you want to. Not really a huge deal. Map always on rotating. And units, whatever you want. This is essentially just your quality of life. The only thing we want and care about right here is this. Proximity radar versus proximity arrows. The radar will show on a screen, somewhere on the screen. It could be top middle or top bottom. Top bottom, middle bottom, middle top. And it will show like a little diagram of cars coming around you. It's handy and it's not handy. This is purely designed for new players and not Forza veterans. And I'm going to tell you right now, unless you're on a steering wheel, don't use proximity radar, keep your arrows. And eventually I want you all to avoid using these. Why? If you're on controller, your right analog stick, you can use that to look behind you. You don't need to stare down somebody in the eyes and say, oh, this guy looks really nice, I like his paint. You just need to flick it, understand where that person is, drive accordingly. If you rely on these too much, it is going to hinder your driving progression, is what I feel like it is going to do. I have tried the radar out, and yeah, sometimes it's handy to know Oh, there's a guy right on my quarter panel. But it's not, it's just irrelevant, for it's like a 2-meter distance. At that time, you should automatically know that this guy is right beside you, because you should be checking your mirror. You should be flicking your controller back and forth, constantly looking at this guy. So, to recap, use it, but don't rely on it. It is going to be a crutch for you to get used to it and take it away. I don't want you all to have it in the first place, but use it and then wean yourself off of it. I like that they added it, but it's mostly just for wheel users. That is the only thing it is used for. It is, quite honestly, I've had mixed reviews from people that have wheels, and they like it or they don't. So take that as you will. I'm going to skip a little bit here in the video, pretty much because everything else doesn't matter. So I'll be right back in 1 second. Okay, and welcome back. We are on the controller settings, and there's not much you need to change on your controller layout or anything. You just need to swap out your handbrake, which is A on default, and your clutch. Clutch is LB. So you want your handbrake to be LB, and you want your clutch to be A. It is so that way you can just press your clutch and shift up, press your clutch and shift down. And it's right beside each other. You don't have to move your hand in any kind of crazy position. And the advanced control settings. We want all of our dead zones insides to be 0. So that way, when you pull your triggers to brake, accelerate, to turn in with your analog sticks, it will automatically register, starting at 1% and going to 100%. That is essentially all this is. That is all you want to change. Okay, now that we have all the settings out of the way, we are going to finally practice. We are going to go to Quick Event. Quick Event is just going to be where you just load on track. You can go against AI, or you can go to Test Drive and practice. And that's what we're going to do. We are going to go to Test Drive, First Tracks Brands Hatch, and we're going to go to the Tiny Indie Circuit. Make it clear, and that's all the settings we're always going to do. Okay, Brands Hatch, our first track that we are going to learn and study together. It is a simplistic track, but also hard to master. The mini circuit, nothing really special. On fuel and tire, we are always going to have roughly between 25 to 30% fuel. That way, it's going to simulate what you're going to use on the racetrack. Medium tires, 9 times out of 10, you're going to use them anyways, so we're going to be on mediums. Softs, we're not going to use that. Mediums only. Tune, if you want the tune, here is what it's going to be. Don't ask me why. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain all of this in this video. Tuning is going to be its own other video. So just look at it, copy paste, and I will see y'all in a minute. Okay. Is everyone ready? You ready to get in your race car and you're ready to drive? Well, buckle up, because we're gonna go in first and second gear all laps until you actually understand the track. You think I'm joking? No. You're literally gonna stay in first and second gear until you start to have this ingrained to you. So that way you're not reacting to the track. You are already anticipating, you already know everything about this track. What this rumble strip's gonna do to you, how fast you take this corner, and that's going to allow you to know I can get this corner this fast, this hard. If I'm on the inside of somebody, I need to adjust my line. If I'm on the outside, I need to adjust my line. If I'm drafting somebody, I need to brake really well. We are going to constantly just do that time again. First, second, gear, try until you start to get comfortable. You get comfortable, shift up, go to third gear. Take a round track and keep on doing that. We're going to learn how to put ourselves on the track. And then when we have other people, we're going to learn how to do that with other people. Going into third, go down to second, see how the car reacts. It's perfect. Going over here, third, second, see how the car reacts. Well, it's a rumble strip. Guess what? No, the car gets that rumble strip. And we're going to constantly go faster and faster and faster. But just be careful. You go too fast, you hit something, you can destroy yourself. Always know what every little rumble strip and what every little adjustment you need to make to avoid these mistakes. Avoiding these mistakes can either secure you a win, or it can just absolutely make you lose the race. On Brands Hatch, like I say, it's a simplistic track. It is good, but it's hard to pass. Every little mistake, even something like this, you say to yourself, I'm going to take it an inch wider, 2 inches wider. No, don't. Whether it's episode 1 of this, we have like 30 videos, you're ready to just make some weird, bizarre line and just make it stick. It's not going to happen. Take it slow, take it simplistically. You want to just slowly look into this instead of diving head first. Now, the lines that you see here, besides this one, are all good, all the standard lines on this track. There is no deviation, there is no really any way to secure a pass in the corners. Your only way to pass someone on this track is purely last turn, needing it to turn one, diving in pretty aggressively right here. It's almost like this line. You really want to get close and you want to have a good run. Going against turn, let's call this turn 2. And then you want to try to get on the inside and just hold it. Go back to your racing line. There's no point in taking any of these corners too wide. It's just going to slow you down, it's going to slow your opponent down, and then you're just in trouble when everybody catches up to you. We want to have consistency. And once you master that, that is something you are going to then extend your race. You are going to find yourself being like, I can take this corner in fourth versus third. And that's fine. Absolutely keep on experimenting. Because If you don't, you're going to just plateau. And I don't want anybody who's watching this to plateau. You want to keep on soaring, climbing up, and just doing it. So, I believe I have a flying lap of the mini circuit, and I will show you all that here in just a second. Okay, and welcome back. This is going to be a pseudo flying lap, essentially just basic laps, which I would like you all to master. These are not the super hot lap leaderboard lines. These are just what you should be practicing. Learn to go that side, this side of the track, be patient and not only red. Just take it slow, take it mellow. Assign yourself just a little bit of looking, a little bit of, what to say, just patience. You don't need to rev this out. Just be patient with the car and the time will come to you. Hey, welcome back. We have transitioned to the GP circuit of Brands Hatch. If you look at the map, it is a giant, essentially P, off the side of where we were just at. This is where it changes from the mini circuit to the GP circuit. Instead of going straight and up and around, we now have a left-hand corner. And this left-hand corner is very important on this track. And you need to execute it and know where you can and how to position yourself and run it out. That is essentially all it is right there. That's all you want to do. Make it simple. Exit, wide turn, and come out clean, just like that. That is essentially the racing line. I understand that the racing line says you should be right there, but this one allows you to get a better runoff. And the runoff is what you want because this has a huge straightaway. Make it nice, tight. You can hit this from the strip, and you can just go. No need to keep it light, you just want to go until you come here and brake. If you don't brake, that's what's going to happen. This corner is also imperative to nail it from that corner forward. Every corner you need to know. Every corner you need to know your maximum speed. We now know our maximum speed is around 99, 102 miles an hour, just casually going around the corner. If we can learn from that, better assign ourselves a better lane or corner, we can absolutely do this. Better corner, more speed. You want to kind of keep in that repetition. You want to go back, see where you're at, and adjust when to accelerate, when to tap your brakes, when to do this. It is just that little bit of consistency that you want to keep on doing to yourself. This corner right here is imperative to nail as well. Yet again, every one of these corners is imperative. You want to brake earlier than you think and cut like that. You're thinking to yourself, that's really close? Yeah, it is. That's right on the line. If you keep on consistently making improvements, you will nail this line every single time. In doing so, saves you 5/10, 6/10. Also, this is a common thing. When you rewind and just go for that and press play, your car's going to just naturally just do whatever it's wanting to do. Now, It's imperative to get that close. It's good to get that close and get that fast lap time, but don't worry about it. Take it slow, take it easy. The same exact corner we just did, we want to make it just like that on this corner. This corner, brake a little bit sooner, hold the inside, cut the rumble strip, run out. Take it slow, keep on working on it, it's fine. Rewind multiple times if you have to, until that corner is firmly taken care of. Find your braking point, hit it, boom. That's as easy as it is. Easy as it can be. I do not know how to English. This is kind of like the line you want to see. Just have that inside tire hit, rotate you in. This corner actually is imperative better. It's a simple just left-hand turn. This corner, however, you want to know. This is on the straightaway to the finish line. You want to just brake a little early, hold tight to the rumble strip, and then just drive it out. And one little fact that not a lot of people know, the inside lane is not where you want to be on. You want to be on the outside line. This track, the finish line, is actually angled. If you're on the outside line, is angled just a little bit to where you will cross the finish line first versus being on the inside line. It is a annoying little feature, and I have lost several races because of it. But without any further ado, I'm going to do a flying lap and show you all what it looks like. So sit back, relax, and just try your best. Okay, and that's mostly what you would like to do. I slowed down in certain corners, I didn't get on the acceleration in a lot of corners or straightaways, and I made a mistake or two. It's kind of on purpose. I want y'all to try to beat that time. It's going to be quite easy for a lot of you, and others may struggle, but just work yourself into it. We are going to leave Brands Hatch. Today, I want you all to keep on working on it. Tomorrow, or the next video, is going to be Circuit de Catalunya. There are 3 variants. We're going to start on the tiny, short track, and then we're going to work our way back up to the GP track. Anyways, everybody, keep on practicing. Keep on doing what we learned in this video, The next video will be a lot shorter because we are just hitting the track and not having to go through the settings, what you should be doing, blah blah blah. So, next video, Suka de Catalunya, we're going to learn together. Peace out, everybody.